suction throttling for mostly friction system. Suction throttling for mostly friction system. Okay. So for that purpose, again draw this diagram. Okay. So I think you noted this curve, compressor curves. So here we are throttling suction line to achieve a minimum flow. There is no need to maintain. The system is not demanding a constant pressure. The system requires minimum flow. That's all. Okay. So if the system is demanding 9600 flow, then we need to give that much pressure. To overcome the friction, we need to give that much pressure. If the system is demanding 5900 gallons per minute, then we need to give this around this pressure only. This is 5900 gallons per hour, and to overcome this friction, we need to give this much pressure. That is sufficient. If we want 9600, we need to give this much pressure, that is 144 psi. Okay. So this is not, so here what we are doing, we are going to control the suction line to get a minimum flow. So this topic is suction throttling for mostly friction system. Okay. So for explaining purpose, again consider this one is the current operating point. Means currently the system is operating with 144 psi and 9600 gallons per hour. So this one is a current operating point. Operating point 1. Now, due to some reason, the flow rate is decreased to 5900 gallons per minute. Due to some reason, the flow rate is maybe the flow rate demand, the next process may require only 5900 gallons per minute. At that point, some valve may be there. Okay, so anyway, the flow rate is decreased to 5900 gallons per minute from this 9600 gallons per minute. So as compressor is operating with curve 1, so what will happen? The operating point will follow the curve 1. So definitely with respect to the degrees of flow rate, the discharge, actually the compressor ratio will change. Once again, if suction pressure Pi is constant, then we can say PD is changing. But generally, if flow rate is decreased, means PD by Pi, that is a compressor ratio, is increased. For explain purpose, that is increased to 10. For explain purpose, again, so corresponding to 5900 gallons per hour, gallons per minute, the compressor ratio is 10. But I told you, corresponding to curve 1, suction pressure is constant. So here, the suction pressure is constant. So this denominator is constant throughout this one. Now I told you, corresponding to this flow rate, the discharge pressure is 190 psi, means definitely the suction pressure is 19 psi, and that is constant throughout this point. Throughout this curve, suction pressure is constant, and say that is 19 psi. So as compressor ratio is 10, discharge pressure is 190 psi, or discharge pressure is increased to 190 psi. Okay. Please remember, to achieve a flow with flow rate 5900 gallons per minute, there is no need to provide a discharge pressure of 190 psi. If you are providing this much pressure, it is a wastage. Why? For 5900 psi, to achieve a flow with 190 psi, the pressure required is only 68 psi. 68 psi. Means 190 minus 68 is a wastage, because we are providing that much energy. So 190 minus 68 is a wastage. Means we want to reduce this much pressure. So we want to reduce the pressure from 190 psi to 68 psi. Means we want to reduce the pressure from 190 psi to 68 psi. So how much pressure we want to remove? We want to remove a pressure of 122 psi from the discharge line. So for the purpose, we are throttling the suction line. We are throttling the suction line. Okay. So please note, by reducing the discharge pressure, we are reducing the discharge pressure to 144 psi by reducing the suction pressure. But please note the compressor ratio is 10. So what is the, sorry, I am very sorry, not 144 psi. Here the required pressure is 68. So by reducing the discharge pressure, we are, by reducing the suction pressure, we are reducing the discharge pressure to the required value 68. The required discharge pressure is 68. So for that purpose, we are reducing the suction pressure. So what is the required suction pressure? Please note the compressor ratio is 10 corresponding to this flow rate, 5900. So what is the required suction pressure? 6.8. The required suction pressure is 6.8, right? Corresponding to 190, the suction pressure is 90. So the suction pressure must be reduced from 19 psi to 6.8 psi. Okay, so that one is mentioned here. Okay, so the required suction pressure is 6.8. Okay, so how much pressure that we want to remove from the suction line? From 19, we want to reduce the suction pressure to 6.8. So 19 minus 6.8 means we want to remove 12.2 pressure psi from the suction line. So that one is mentioned here. We want to remove 12.2 pressure, that much air quantity from the suction line. Then we can reduce the suction pressure from 19 to 6.8. Then we can reduce the discharge pressure to 68 psi. That is sufficient for that 5900 flow rate. That is sufficient. Okay, so this is suction throttling for mostly friction system, where we are reducing the suction pressure from 19 psi to 6.8 psi, so that the discharge pressure is decreased from 190 psi, that is a virtual point, to 68 psi, where 68 psi is required for that flow rate. Is it clear, all of you? So please note the difference. If we want a constant pressure, then we need to reduce the discharge pressure from 190 to 144, because we want to maintain the pressure at 144 psi. So for that purpose, what we are reducing? We are reducing the suction pressure from 19 psi to 14.4 psi. So the reduction in suction pressure required is 19 minus 14.4, that is 5.6, 4.6 I think. 19 minus 14.6, 4.6 psi. Okay. Here we want to maintain we are not trying to maintain the pressure. We want a pressure for the minimum flow. So what we need, in order to achieve that flow with flow rate 5900 gallons per minute, we want a discharge pressure of 68 psi. So what we need, we want to reduce the discharge pressure from 190 psi to 68 psi. So for that purpose, the suction line is throttled to reduce the suction pressure from 19 psi to 6.8 psi. So the reduction in suction pressure required is 19 minus 6.8, that is 12.2 psi. So please note. So this one is one difference. So please note the difference. The one difference is, in previous case, the reduction in suction pressure is 4.6 psi is. Here the reduction pressure is a little bit more. Here we want to remove more air from the inlet side. So what about the valve size? Am I audible? Okay, so here you can see the rangeability is increased. It is here the system is handling, or the range of operation of control valve is increased. The control valve is operating from a particular point to another point, that is known as rangeability. And here what is the output? The output is varied from 19 psi to 6.8 psi, means the rangeability, the output range is or the span of output is around 12.2 psi. In previous case, that is around 5 psi. So the required valve size required is increased. Okay, so for mostly friction system, the required valve size is more compared to the constant pressure case. Now what about stability? If it is operating point 1, then 9600 divided by, we already said that, we discussed about that, 9600, and the corresponding surge point is 3600 or 3200, something around that. Okay. So around this one is 300%. Around this one is 300%. We discussed in the last slide. Now, if the flow rate is decreased, the operating point is shifted to 3. Where the flow rate is same, 5900. What about the surge flow? You can see that operating point 3 is lying on curve 3, where the surge flow is around 300, around 3000, around 3000. So you can see that this is very close to, this top value is very close to 6000, means this is very close to 190 psi, sorry, 190%. So compare with the previous percentage in corresponding to constant pressure system, then corresponding to 5900 gallons per minute, the relative stability is only 175%. Here, the relative stability corresponding to 5900 gallons per minute is 190%. So please note, Moseley friction system is more relatively stable compared to the constant pressure system. Please note, the Moseley friction system is more relatively stable compared to the constant pressure system if you are controlling, if you are throttling suction line. If you are throttling suction line, Moseley friction system is relatively more stable compared to the constant pressure system. So please note, please keep this point in mind. Okay. So if you are comparing the valve size, constant pressure is the better one, because the maintenance cost and the valve cost are small for constant pressure system compared to Moseley friction system. But relative stability point of view, this one is more reliable compared to constant pressure system. More relatively stable means the chance of vibration is small. So noise is small, disturbance is small. So that one is advantage of this particular one, Moseley friction system compared to constant pressure system. So please note, if you want a constant pressure system, there is no other choice. You have to select the previous one. If you want a Moseley friction system, you have to select this one. So please note, before selecting a compressor controller, first you have to check for what purpose we are controlling compressor. Whether we are controlling compressor for a constant pressure or for a minimum flow. That you have to check. Otherwise, what will happen? Even if we want a minimum flow, if you are implementing a constant pressure system, the chance of breakdown is there. Chance of vibration is there. So with respect to our requirement, you have to select the control of compressor. Okay. So I am stopping here. So in next class, we will discuss about discharge throttling for Moseley friction system. Okay. So at that point also, we require these values, that is this relative stability and also this range that we require. So please note down all these values. Okay. So I am stopping here.